Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Grace was right in front of us all along. I barely recognize her.
Let's find her. Lammy should be able to help us with the ritual.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned for a reason?
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least. Are you bearing up?
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are dying for no apparent reason, and this godforsaken fort dangles out over the edge of the world, cut off from everywhere. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be captain. I hold the wheel. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as well as can be expected.
A presence yet surrounds you. Could explain why you feel so burdened.
I carry my grief with me. I live with a family that is no longer here. You made sure of that?
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present. Something weighs on you.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired, that's all.
I've mailed for the fort. The messenger didn't make it. But I'm glad to make his delivery for him.
Mail? From who?
I don't know. Family? Friends? They seem to come from outside New Eden.
Ah, from before. They could be good for morale, or they could ruin it. Well, thank you.
There's more. The messenger bore the payroll for the train band. I'm glad to hand it over.
Well now, that is a pleasant surprise. That will boost morale and no mistake. Thank you, Banishers. Thank you.
Running this fort on your own can be no easy task. How are things going?
Busy. Vardy Miller has been on my case about opening more trading routes. We're all trying to make do, and he's trying to make work. Mind you, it's not a half-bad idea. We need the supplies. I've sent letters to the Harrows, but had no reply. I wish I knew why.
We had a little disagreement with the governor. You may wait a little longer for your letter.
I see. New Eden is losing its selectmen. A terrible thing, of course. Still, new broom sweep cleaner and all that.
We'll look into your spectral stones.
If you feel the need, then sure. Suit yourself.
picking up something spectral nearby. Sebastian's mentioned on every page. These are really very good. Poor Helen.
I hunger. I fade.
What can I do? What do I do for you?
Come to me, love. Comfort me.
Don't go. All will be well. I promise. All will be well.
Helen's desire is so strong, it's constructing a new ghost. The husk sees what she wants and mirrors it.
She feeds him from her own essence. No wonder she's on edge.
Well?
I'll not waste your time, nor mine. You lied to us about Sebastian's husk. It's still here. We were clear. That is not Sebastian, and its presence will kill you.
I know that in my mind. But in my heart, it is him. I can see him, hear him, feel his presence. I know him, and he knows me. If he is not real, what is?
You are real. Every breath you take is real, and every beat of your heart. And the people here are real. Lead them. Sebastian is a husk, and without the puppeteer, the husk is paling. It clings to you still because you cling to it. Soon it will pale entirely and become a specter. This puts you and the others at great risk.
He poses no danger. He's... Very well. I visit him in the mines. You'll find him there. Take the elevator on the right to the main gallery. There's a tunnel there. You'll need this key. Do what you must, Banishers. And so will I.
Go gentle, Helen.
Failing that, go hard.
Can Helen's longing alone sustain Sebastian? Without the puppeteer, I mean.
Anything to avoid the grief. Just like us.
You're no husk.
I suppose we all do what we think we must do. Call on me. Spectre, going for a meat suit. I have another in sight. Make a run for it! Watch out! Spectre possession.
Corpse is this hard? Have a bit of this.
Watch out! Spectre possession.
Bloody dark in here. Here we are. Now, let's find the symbol. I do not like this place one bit. Someone's been here already. Looks like Helen found Mrs. Ingersoll's stash. Oil, sugar, salt. Isn't this Nathaniel Sather's stolen merchandise?
Yes, it is. Feet on the ground.
God, you're tougher than a gadfly.
Stay on your feet, Ray. I'm right here, Harold. Watch your step. Blocking all the fun.
The ledger for Ingersoll's store. Same dates, but with much higher figures.
2 different ledgers, one of which was locked inside a chest. I think I understand. She stole her own merchandise and hid it in the mines. Then she hid the accounts that would expose her lie. Why would she do that?
The store and Nathaniel are all she has. She doesn't want to lose them. And Nathaniel can't leave for Boston without his money. Nathaniel broke his promise and doesn't regret it.
Skint, he betrayed Mrs. Ingersoll for a couple of Helen Priest's coins. We should go back to him.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Ingersoll. That you?
I think so, Mr. McWraith. I think so.
I don't blame you for feeling disconcerted, Mrs. Ingersoll.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
You don't. But you should. Bathsheba Ingersoll, meet Antea Duarte, the Banisher.
We found some merchandise stashed away. Oil, sugar, some, spoons. We suspect it was stolen. Is it yours?
I believe it is. Or at least it was.
Helen Priest lays claim to it, for the company.
And how does Helen Priest know about it? Because Nathaniel told her. He broke my confidence. He broke my heart. For the sake of his return to Boston and a life of ease, he'll trample the legacy of those who made him. He betrayed us. I knew what he was up to. That is why I ran. And because I ran, I died.
What are you doing here?
You came to my store. Then you've met Nathaniel. Would you give him a message from me? Tell him he must stay. He made a promise. He must honor it.
So, you haunt Nathaniel. But he told us you stole your own cash box. Why?
Priest took my stock. All I had left was the money. I thought I'd start again somewhere else. Boston, where it all began.
This isn't what you had in mind, eh?
I have business yet. You'll see.
I'll ask you some questions, if you don't mind. What are you to Nathaniel? Where did you meet?
One day, an orphan boy came to our store in Boston hoping to learn the trade. He had this idea that he would sell hats. Everyone needs hats, he'd say. We gave him a job. He's been with us ever since. He's my barker, my salesman. He's born to it. He writes well, too. You should read the letters he sends to his friend, Thomas, in Boston.
Tell me more about Thomas.
He and Nathaniel are very close. Natty writes at least once a month. Were you married, Mistress Duarte? There was a time when I would have judged you if you were not. Now I know better. Love is love, whichever way it comes to you. Natty loves Thomas as well as any man ever loved a woman. Maybe better. What do you think of that?
I don't disagree, but sometimes love demands terrible sacrifice. Where are you from?
Boston, originally. Now I'm from New Eden. You?
Cuba, originally. Now I'm from everywhere and nowhere. Was it in Boston where you met your husband?
It was. I went into his shop one day and there he was. And you? Did you meet Mr. McWraith in Cuba?
God, no. We met in London. We met through work.
Yes. It happens. Or so I've heard.
We'll be off then. We'll be in touch.
One would be better than the other, but I'm not sure I know which.